Everything's been running for about 5 minutes now. This is the drain for the solar. I usually open that up just to purge whatever air may be in this line and whatever other air is there. So you can see there's actually a huge divot in the ground where the water chooches in. So I'm just going to open that and let it flood for a bit, and then we'll shut it.
This is where your mountain spring water comes from, just so you know.
That's right. I'm not worried about water getting through the foundation or anything because there is no basement over here. This is the garage, so it doesn't really matter. That's probably good. Close that one off. And that's it for that one. Okay, now I'm just going to flip the booster pump for the Polaris vacuum, just to make sure that runs, and we'll let it run for maybe a minute and shut it because I don't have the vacuum hooked up. Check for leaks also. Sound is the air that's going through the pump. The very loud sound that it's making right now is because I don't have a load on it. And like I said, I usually don't run it this way for long, so I think it's probably almost time to shut it. We'll leave it for another few seconds. That one. Now we're going to move on to the filter. Now I had a problem last year, if you've been watching the videos like you should be. You remember the main pump died and this needed to be backwashed, and I couldn't do it because the pool was closed, and then I got the pump fixed, and that was that. So now I'm going to do something a little unorthodox. What you really should do is take apart the housing and clean all the filter grids and stuff like that, but I'm going to kind of do it. Yeah, I know, the bumblebee, you can't. So first thing I'm going to do is shut the solar, just so that's not a factor at all.
Should I be getting out of the way?
No, not yet. We're not doing anything yet. We're going to shut that off. Once that shuts, we're going to shut the main pump and prep everything here. More lube. Give that a nice chooch. Let's get that out of the way. There we go. Just give it a nice smear. Make sure you get it on the O-ring. Okay, now that I have that, we're going to clean that off. Now what I'm going to do now, like I said, this filter is full of crap from last year. What I'm going to do is just turn it on. We'll see where the gauge lands, make sure we don't have any leaks on that, and of course let all the air out. I have the valve here, the manual air relief valve open, if you remember. So we're going to install this plug
in the bung hole.
In the bung hole, that's right. You don't need TP for this bung hole, it's fine. Due to the design of this plug, I just use a flat screwdriver or whatever you have handy. Just pop her in. Oops. Just turn it. That should be plenty fine. And now, let the ground hold that for a while. We're going to move this over to filtration. You can hear air escaping as the filter is actually filling up with water now. So we'll let that settle for a minute, and then we'll come back and turn it on. Okay, everything's settled. We let all the air and everything settle down. One other thing you do need to do is install your sight glass on your valve assembly. There is a gasket in there on this particular one, which is a Hayward, whatever it is there. It can use a regular hose washer in case you misplace or lose the gasket, or if it breaks or gets damaged, whatever. This just screws in just finger tight. It's a glass jar, so that's it, just like that. And now what we're going to do is turn it back on. We've got a lot of air in the system now, so it's got to purge. We're going to watch the gauge on the filter, and that should come up, and we'll see what happens. I have the manual air relief valve still open, and that will eventually choose some water out, but here we go. Because of the air in the line, the pump purged the water in its basket, and now suck water up from the rest of the pool. It's coming together. We have plenty of air coming through. Close that slightly. Gauge has moved a little bit, but the rest of the filter now is actually filling up with water.
Ooh, let's get up there quick.
Yep, yeah, it comes up quick. Now this is, there we go. Alright, I'm not going to be too worried about getting that nice and tight yet. We're just going to wait a minute. We're currently at about 18, 19, about 19. I would have expected to be higher, but the stuff may be just caked on there. Like I said, we're going to take care of that. And this is one of the main reasons I actually overfilled the pool. So we're just going to let this settle for a minute or two, and then I'll show you what we'll do next. We have the tool. I'm going to remove this plug once again. Let this drain out some stuff. It's nice and murky, which is all the DE and crap from last year. We'll open the manual relief valve. All that cloudiness is the crap that was left in here. So we're just going to wait for that to empty, put the plug back in, fill her up again, empty it out again, and then we'll do a backwash cycle on it. See where that leaves us. All the shit from last year. This is where you want to leave it, because now you get all that stuff out. You can see it's really, really murky shit. What I'm actually going to do now is just turn the pump on, so all the stuff that is settled to the bottom is going to shoot out of there. Now we're going to let it drain one more time. I'll put the plug in, and then we're going to allow the filter to fill up one more time and perform the same operation you just saw. And then we'll actually get it into filtration mode and start filtering. Okay, we did what we said. Everything's up and running again. Gonna shut her down. We're going to move the handle over to backwash, which is here, and we're going to watch the sight glass on the side. We're going to leave this run for about 2 or 3 or 4 minutes till it kind of looks mostly clear, and then we'll come back. Now we go to rinse. Put it there, turn it on, just leave it for a little bit. Out the pump, go back to backwash, fire it up again. We get a whole bunch more stuff. So now we're going to go back and forth a few times until that sight glass remains mostly clear, and then we're ready to go back into regular filtration mode, and we'll put in DE, the baskets, all kinds of other good stuff.